Hey guys, welcome back to a completely random video, and yeah, I apologize for not uploading a lot. I had to deal with college, as everyone else does normally, and it's been a tough time. I am not sick, so I guess that's the bright side of this. As you know, it's nighttime, as usual. I do it at nighttime because it is the only time I'm free and no one else is awake, so you shouldn't hear any background noise. And if you do hear any background noise, I apologize. Yeah. Anyways, on to the video. You are a human who is hardworking. You worked hard and you did your best to earn as much money as you could to stay in your apartment that you rented. It was a shitty apartment, but nevertheless, it was an apartment. Your landlord was he was rude and always asked for more money on top of more money. But as long as you paid him, you had a home to stay in, and heating and gas and everything that came with the apartment. At some point in life, you were fed up. You were living fine, but with inflation hitting, it was harder to work when bills and rent is going higher and your paycheck is still the same, meaning it's just minimum wage, which is barely passing by. Eventually, you got fired because you weren't up to their expectations anymore. You tried to find another job, but you just weren't qualified for it. And you didn't want to go back to college to do more qualifications because that was so long. You felt like you were wasting your life away. All for this typical cliche life where you born, you learn, you earn, and then you pay, and then you die. You don't want to live this life. You wished every night while you could to at least have a different life. You didn't have time to socialize or have friends. You didn't have a partner. You tried in the past, but it didn't end well. It ended quite badly, actually. He was mean, and when you spoiled him and, treated him like a good girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever you are, whatever gender, they weren't really doing it back. So the relationship was one-sided, which sucked. You went on a walk to de-stress. You were very stressed due to bills that were going to be upcoming soon. So you went on a walk, and a walk, and a walk. And you were listening to your own playlist on shuffle, and you were walking for hours. Approximately a good 2 hours, if anything. You didn't know 2 hours had passed until you looked at your phone that needed charging. And the fact that, it was dying and you were far from home. Actually, you had walked out of town. You were just staring at the ground, kicking pebbles on the way of the pavement, and you just didn't look where you were going. You had approached a somewhat abandoned mountain. No one ever really goes up there to hike or anything. Those who did go up there were known to never come back. To be honest, not coming back sounds nice. Being free from society sounds nice. Fuck it. You decided to hike up there. What could go wrong? You thought. There was a lot of warning signs and stuff labeled on trees on the way up. It was very steep, and normally people that would hike or go up these stuff would have some type of hiking gear, but none you had. So you just did it your own way and climbed up rocks. And, sometimes you trip and scrape your knee, but you'd just get up and walk. It started to rain on the way upwards, and you needed to find shelter before you get sick. Eventually you came up to a cave opening. You had gone into the cave opening, and it was dark. You used the remainder of your battery by using the flashlight on your phone and looked around. It was freezing cold, but it kept you from getting any wetter from the rain. You were curious as to where this cave led, so you continued going inwards. You walked and walked and walked. Eventually it led to an ending. Oh well, not an ending, but a dead end. You looked around and there's nothing left, just vines and this cool looking flower. It glowed blue. You've never seen anything like it before. You walked up to it and touched it. It made a sound. Hello? I need help. You didn't know how to react. A flower talked to you. And you're pretty sure if you was to tell anyone at home, neighbors, or if you got a new job and you told your boss or anyone, they'd think you're on drugs or you're crazy. You touched it again. Hello? Anyone? Please. What the fuck? You said to yourself. You pressed it again. Please. I'm hurt. I'm scared of monsters. Please. I fell and I can't get up. You were scared. You had turned around and stumbled over some pebbles and rocks that were behind you. They caught you off guard and you tripped backwards. And you fell on your leg. Ow! Fuck! Shit! You had sprained your leg because you had literally, kind of landed on it in a very funny position. Ow. This is gonna hurt the way down. Your phone had slid across the cave, leaving it to shine against some rocks and something you didn't even notice. A massive hole in the ground. You'd gone up, limping towards the hole, and you'd looked down. You had slightly kicked some pebbles to see how steep it is. The pebbles rolled across the edge and fell into the hole. You didn't hear the pebbles hit the ground. You picked up your phone and went to shine it down. As you leaned over, whatever remainder of what you were holding on near the edge had broken, stumbling into rocks and, dirt and stuff. It was old dirt and it had broken into pieces, disintegrating in front of you. It must have been really old edge, and you'd fallen forward inwards. Is this the end? You were screaming, yelling, you were scared. You had closed your eyes and prepared for impact, hoping for this to end not as painfully as you expected it to. Let's just say you woke up. You were still alive. You looked around. It seems a bed of flowers, had broken your fall, which is kind of weird, seeing as flowers are, very light, and with the impact, it'd be impossible. Yet you weren't really harmed, apart from your leg that was bleeding slightly due to how you landed on it. You're pretty sure it was more than just sprained. You couldn't walk on it, so you limped. You got up and started limping, looking around. This place looked weird. Had these weird pillars and stuff. You had looked up to the entrance of the hole. The entrance of the cave shined the light of outside inside the cave. It's weird how when you're on the top of the hole, you can't see in it. But when you're at the bottom, you can see straight through it. As if it wasn't even dark. Your phone screen was cracked, but it still worked. You put it in your pocket to savor the battery, which wasn't a lot. It was on 10%. You did try to call help, but there was no service. You looked and saw there was an exit to this place, so you started walking. Maybe the cave wasn't as far as you thought, and maybe there was another exit. You started walking towards it, well, limping. One of your legs is practically fractured. Shit. I really need to get to a hospital. Or somewhere. After going through it, you were met with a pretty looking flower. Only for something you didn't expect to happen.
Howdy, I'm Flowey. Nice to meet ya.
Another talking flower? How hard did I hit my head? The fuck? You must be new down here. Well, don't worry, friend. I can teach you a bit about the underground. After this whole dialogue of Flowey and, getting to know this person, or well, this thing, you were prepared for death, as you couldn't run, and everything was pretty much hurting. You'd already been attacked, and you didn't know what to do. That is until he got blown away by a fireball. My child, are you okay? Oh dear. She started to use some green flame around you, and you felt scared and you didn't know what to do. But then, all of a sudden, you felt nice and everything was feeling better. Even your leg was fully repaired. It wasn't sprained, it wasn't fractured, it was not even bleeding anymore, though it did have a lot of dried blood around it. My child, how are you? That wretched flower and its evil ways. Do not listen to them. They merely cause trouble around the ruins. I am Toriel, caretaker at the ruins. This freaked you out. She was a living, talking goat. Thing, at least. But she saved you, nevertheless, so she can't be that bad, right? Whatever that blue flower that you saw up on the entrance of this hole was talking about monsters, was it? Was she a monster? Are there other talking flowers and goat people that you need to be aware of? You didn't say anything and just shook her hand. My child, follow me. She took your hand. You smiled. It was giving nostalgia to when you used to live with your parents, but you don't live with them anymore. They kicked you out after you were 18, saying some dumb stuff as if, once you're 18, take care of yourself. You're no longer their child, basically. Some dumb parent stuff, I guess. But, anyways, onto the story. After the whole introduction of the ruins and Toriel and going to her house and even having a fight with her, which you didn't fight her, you just dodged every attack and proved that you had a bit of survival, which was literally just keeping yourself alive. My child, it has been merely just a couple of hours and I have already been attached. I'm sorry, but if you desire to go home that badly, I will not stop you. You have proven your smarts and strengths, and that you can take care of yourself. But please promise me one thing. You nodded. Once you leave these ruins, you cannot come back. Please do not look back. I have a friend out there. They have promised to take care of you. Take care, child, and do good with this world. Toriel had left. You felt guilty. She was the one person in years, so many years that had treated you with respect, and as if you were a person. She fed you and you didn't have to pay for it. She offered you a bed, and even if it was a little childish, she offered you toys. But he was short for your age, and he did look kind of childish. But that doesn't matter. He headed out of the ruins and was greeted by snow. But it's July. It shouldn't. This world is weird. Oh well, it's made of many mysteries, you said to yourself. But it was very chilly, so you started to grab yourself, hug yourself, and walk through the snow. It can't be long before you get the exit, right? Or are you gonna meet other monsters like this Toriel person said? I'm tired. I'm cold. I really hope I don't get sick. Thanks to Toriel, I'm healed at least. She gave me these new clothes, so it's fine. You just had a set of stripy jumper and shorts that she gave you. You got rid of your wet clothes earlier. Something's telling me to not cross this weird looking bridge, because it might fall, and I really don't want to die. Human. Fuck. Don't you know how to... You turned around and literally just round ass kicked his ass. You full on just you went to go kick him. You turned around and swung your legs really high and fell back on your ass. Ow! The person you tried to kick was not there. The heck? Behind you, you felt breathing. Well, isn't that nice of you to greet me like that? Ah! Why don't you turn around? Shake my hand. Who are you? Another goat person? A goat You goat to be joking me right now. That's hilarious. Nah, I ain't a goat. But I just imagined all the jokes I could be making right now with these. Alright. I'm not gonna, because I've just met you, kiddo, I'm not gonna bore you with my jokes. But seriously. Here, let me help you out. Here. Okay. I'm Sans. Sans the skeleton. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. You're an actual... What? Skeleton? Yeah. You don't have skin? Well... I don't know, kid. I lost that a long time ago. You used to have skin? Nah, I'm joking. I've always been a skeleton. Though. Never mind. Anyways. Okay? Yeah, I just noticed how violently shaking you are. Here. Take this. I may be small, but, I'm a lot bigger than you. Thanks, Sans. You took his jacket that he offered you. You put it on yourself. Well, you just pretty much put it on. It smells like ketchup. Ew. What can I say? I'm a lover for ketchup. Oh, so, I have to warn you. I have a brother, and he is spectacular. He's the best of the best. But, he's a human hunting fanatic. I can't blame him. I mean, why wouldn't we want to hunt you guys? Thanks, I guess? Anywho, he's harmless, so don't worry. He'll want to fight you later, but he can hardly harm a fly, so don't worry about him. Okay, that reassures me a lot after knowing he hunts humans. He pretty much just, he kind of just brings them to our shed, garage looking thing, and then he just sits them down and keeps them there until he'll get the royal guards. Royal guards? What? Is your brother a skeleton too? Or talking flower? Or a blue talking flower? Or a goat person? Or frogs? Or a ghost? Or... Alright, calm down. Calm down. Damn. No, yeah, he's a skeleton, but... You've definitely been through it, haven't you, kiddo? I'm not a kid. Whatever you say, kiddo. Sans was getting annoying. You followed him anyways to his sentry post. He offered you a hot dog, and told you some other annoying dad jokes of puns, That was until he told you to hide behind a weird-looking lamppost that was your size. You hid behind it, and some very loud-talking skeleton was walking behind you. Well, in front of you, behind the lamp.
Sans! What have I told you about slacking off?
Hey, I've got a skeleton of work done today. What can I say? I mean, you could hand it to me, though. I have not rested all day. I've been on my feet, bro. To be honest, though, I saw this really cool lamp, and I think you should look at it.
Sans, what the fuck? Why are you ratting me out? Sans, no time for looking at lamps, and no time for them stupid bone puns. I have a job, and I have training later with Undyne. Please just focus on your job, okay? Thank you. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna be home later on, like a lot later than usual, so...
Got it, Babs. Spaghetti in the fridge?
Yeah.
Thanks, Bab.
No problem, Sans. The great Papyrus is victorious. I feel really great today. I feel it in my bones, brother. I feel like, a human's gonna come today. Any moment, Sans. I feel it in my bones. I've gotta go now, Sans. See you later.
Papyrus had wandered off, skipping away excitedly. He's like the loudest person you've ever met in your life. Yeah. I need a nap. Hey, you can come out now. That was your brother? Yeah, what do you think of him? He's certainly enthusiastic about his job. And very optimistic about meeting me, I guess. Do you have any other siblings I have to meet? Nope, just me and Paps. We're the only skeletons so far in the underground that I know of, so yeah. Is there anything important I need to know on my travels of getting home? You plan to go home, kid? Good luck. It's not as easy as you think. What do you mean? Let me go to my sentry. I'm a lot tired than you think. Alright. So you go to the sentry and you just stand there as he sits down on the stool. So, you see, us monsters have been trapped down here for a very, very long time. There's a barrier that keeps us trapped, and I highly doubt even you can get through it. I gotta hand it to you though, kid. You got a lot of backbone, thinking, you can get out of this place. But I'm rooting for you, kiddo. And please be nice to my brother, because he means no harm. He's just enthusiastic about being a part of the Royal Guard and being with his idol, I guess. I don't really agree with the job role, as it could be dangerous, but Ugh. The smile he has when he trains, it's beautiful. I haven't seen him happy like that in a while. And when he sees you, he'll be even more happier, because he's never seen a human before. Have you seen a human before, Sans? I've seen quite a few. Can you tell me what's happened to them? No. Anyways, why not? Don't dismiss the conversation. What happened to them, Sans? It's none of your business. But anyways, kiddo, I've got to head off to Grillby's. I gotta go on break. You head down and you should meet my brother. He'll have a lot of puzzles for you. And don't worry, they're not that hard to do. I'm rooting for you, once again. See ya. Sans walked off. Sans, please. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I didn't mean to come down here. Sans turned around. You'll get through it, kiddo. You will eventually do. Sans. You know something I don't. Please? I'm sorry, kiddo. I'd rather not talk about it. Fine. And so you proceeded with Sans, as you thought he was gonna go to this Grillby's place, but he just walked with you for a bit, stopped, and then walked the other direction. Okay then, bye, Sans. You continued to go forward, as Sans wasn't really helping you much on your journey, so you didn't really care much for him. That is until you bumped into Papyrus again. He was ahead of you, and look who was next to him. Yeah! I, the great Papyrus, shall stop you! Sans? Yeah, bro? Is that a human? No, bro. I think that's a rock. Oh. What's behind the rock, bro? A human? I think that's a human. Yeah! I, the great Papyrus, will stop you, human! And so the whole trial with these puzzles began. Let's just skip until you finished and befriended Sans, Papyrus, and a bunch of other monsters. This went on and on and on until you decided you probably wasn't even gonna get out the underground. There was too many monsters to fight, and they were all attacking you randomly. All of Snowding and Waterfall and even Hotlands had got to know you over the years. Yes, years. You were stuck in the underground for a whole year. You had not dared to meet Asgore, but you had met Undyne, and somehow you two became friends. Undyne was willing to even go against her job of hunting you, as she was your friend, and she wanted to make sure you were safe. She trusted you and said you're not so bad. You told her about your life, same with Sans, Papyrus, and everyone else. Not everyone else, just the closest friends, which was Alphys, Undyne, Papyrus, Sans, Mettaton as well. Like, you got to know them, and they were really sweet people. You even got to know Grillby as well, when Sans luckily wasn't even there because he was there all the time. You would talk to Grillby by yourself. He was a silent person, and really did not talk much. He talked in sign language, which you knew, 'cause, at one point in your life in school they taught you this stuff. He was a good person. He always said he would offer you water, but he didn't touch that stuff, so he offered you milk instead. Strengthened the bones. You had gotten to like Papyrus a lot more than expected. His confidence was really cool, and he inspired you to continue onwards with life, even if you knew you were stuck in the underground. Sans was a really close friend, even though he was annoying at first, like a year ago. You you just came into terms with not going to the surface again. You had told Sans and Papyrus, well, not Papyrus, but you had told Sans and, well, even Alphys about what the surface was like and how shitty it was. You told Sans you had a crush on Papyrus, and he just laughed it off until he knew you were serious. Then he started to act very protective of Papyrus, saying, "If you ever hurt my brother, I would literally kill you. But, hey, I'm rooting for you." So, he was still himself. Papyrus was really close to you and would sometimes get flustered because you would do some cheeky flirts and this and that. Sans found it cute because his brother had never dated anyone before, so he didn't know how to react. You and Papyrus were best friends. Sans? Yeah, kiddo? Sans saw the serious look on your face. What's wrong, kid? You didn't respond. Wyan? What's wrong? You knew it was serious because Sans called you kiddo no matter what, but whenever he called you Wyan, it was a serious situation, meaning a serious talk, and he's really concerned. What happened to the kids that fell down? Ever since you hinted something, it's been on my mind. Are they dead, Sans? If I go to the king, even though I've been hiding, and everyone's so nice enough to hide me, even Helphus, but if I go to him, you won't come back. Every kid I befriended down here, every kid with a beautiful smile and a lovely laughter and different personalities, they I guess it's time to tell you the truth anyways. I mean, it was destined. When the first human came down here, the queen and the king adopted them along with having a son of their own. Eventually, years later, they grew up together and everything was fine. At a young age, the prince died, the human prince. Because they had eaten a poisonous flower. Well, why? We don't know, but they ate it. The king and the queen found traces of the flower in their blood. A Great Depression fell over the underground at the loss of the prince, the human prince. The sun took the human soul, absorbed it, and took the human to the surface. Went through the barrier, took the human to the surface, and then got shot down by humans who were afraid of him, and all he wanted was to fulfill his promise. By simply putting the human at rest on surface in their own town. The human declared that the monster was rampaging, but the prince returned back to the underground, and that's what he said. He said they declared that he was being hostile and erratic, but he wasn't. He tried and begged his father, the king, to not do anything. I mean, the king couldn't do anything anyways because they're stuck underground, but there was possibilities. The prince died. The king and queen were 10 times more depressed than ever. Every human that fell into the underground, the king killed and harvested the soul. 7 human souls are known to destroy the barrier, and monsters will rise to the surface again. The queen could not bear to see a child be torn apart, so she divorced the king and hid away. We do not know if the queen's alive or dead, but she went missing. Three human souls were collected. Three other human souls were then collected again. 6. You're the 7th. You see, the 3 humans insisted on going home. They died. 3 more humans I befriended. They died. I took them to the king myself. I was instructed myself to take them. I had no choice. They died, and it was on my hands. I promised them safety, and they died. I'm so sorry, Sans. And I have to live with it, without anyone knowing what happened that day. All those years ago, I had to watch humans die. Not just humans, kids. 12 and below. You're the oldest. I can't let you die. We can survive without being on that shitty surface, remember? You said that. Throughout this whole thing, Sans had not said a single dad joke or pun. He was serious. He even had tears in his sockets, and his eyelights were out. And his breath was unhinged. I never told Papyrus because he was too young. I don't want you to die, human. I don't know how to process it. No one knew for this whole year. I mean, it's really nice. I got to know you. I just can't bear with my brother to go through that problem that I went through. To be honest, I can't put him through that. I'm sorry, Sans. I shouldn't have asked. You were curious and you deserve to know. The king will kill you, harvest your soul, and we'll be free. Maybe that's for the... Don't. You said it yourself. Up there's shit. They won't accept us, let alone accept you. We're better off down here. It's safer, and everyone's happy.
Sans, I'm home. Oh, shit. Sans, language. Yeah, I have great news. My training is coming along quite well. Yeah, that's great to hear, Pappy. He said, congratulating him. Yeah, bro. I knew it had in ya. Yeah. I'm gonna go upstairs and recalibrate my puzzles. Bye, human. Bye, Sans. Wait, Sans?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What's wrong? Why are you sniffling? Why are you... What's wrong?
Nothing, bro. Just, got some dust in my eye sockets.
Sans?
Yeah?
Don't lie.
Shit. Just touched a nerve, that's all.
We don't have nerves, Sans.
Skin's crawling.
We don't have skin, Sans. He teleported away. Sorry about my brother. He tends to hide how he's feeling.
It's fine, Papyrus. It was my fault. I just asked him something about the king.
Oh, right. I think it'd be great if you visit him. He's such a nice person. He offers me tea sometimes. I'd already drink tea, but I cannot decline, because that would be rude.
I don't think I'll ever get to visit him. If I do, I don't
think I'd come back. Oh, would he make you go home? Yeah. Oh. Well, if you want to, you can. No one's stopping you. Papyrus, I would never leave you, or Sans, or any of the other monsters. You're all my friends, and I'm better off down here. No! Down here is not really the best. And up there, there's like so much that could happen. I mean, the sun! I mean, you showed it me one time on your phone. I saw the sun. It was beautiful. I mean, yeah, it was amazing. Papyrus, I guess so. But let's not rush things. Alright, human. I'm so sorry. No, it's fine, it's fine. I best go check on my brother now. He's in his room soaking again. Okay. Could you tell him I'm sorry? I'm gonna go take a walk. Alright, human. Have a good walk. Remember to take a coat. I think your skin gets cold. And you could get sick. Thanks for caring, Papyrus. Mwah. You give him a peck on the cheekbone. No problem, human. The great Papyrus is just flattered at your you're cute, Papyrus, and you're flustered. You grab a coat and a scarf and gloves, and you head out. You're probably gonna head to Girlby's to chillax. Papyrus had gone to check on Sans. I'm gonna stop it here because it's 42 minutes in, which is quite a long time for you to listen. And I hope you enjoy. And there was mistakes, I know. It's quite late, as usual. And if you heard anything in the background, I dearly apologize. And I hope you had a good time listening. And I will make a part 2 to this because, yeah. And yeah. Have a good night, morning, afternoon, evening, whenever time you're watching this. And yeah, night night.